Okay. Hello and welcome to our group forum discussion. Today we are addressing an issue that plays a major role in determining student success in Malaysia. How socio-economic status or SES influence educational opportunities and outcome. Each of us will take on a different role to share our perspective. My name is Ain and I will be your moderator speaking as a school leader. Joining me are Gengasri as a teacher, Ashwani as a parent, and Darshini as community leader. Together, we will explore how income, parental education, and social class intersect and shape student access to quality education. Before we begin, it's important to recognize that schools are not isolated from the broader social environment. The challenge students face outside the classroom, like financial instability, lack of internet access, or limited educational support at home, can deeply impact their learning inside it. As educator and stakeholder, understanding this factor help us build more inclusive and supportive learning environment that meet every student need. With that in mind, let's hear from Gengasri, who will be sharing her perspective as a teacher.
Okay, thank you, Ain. As a teacher, I see the effect of socioeconomic status daily. Students from low-income families often struggle to afford basic educational material like books, stationery, and school uniform. Some even come to school without breakfast, which affect their concentration and learning. Parental education also make a significant difference. Students whose parents are educated tend to receive more help at home, whether it's with homework, motivation, or planning for higher education. On the other hand, students whose parents didn't complete school often lack that kind of support and guidance. Social class impacts student emotionally too. I had a student who was incredibly bright but skipped school often because she felt embarrassed about her worn out clothes. These emotional and social burden are always visible but can deeply affect motivation and self-worth. We try our best through differentiate teaching, emotional encouragement, and extra help, but we can't do it alone. Parents play a huge role in this. Ashwini, what are your thoughts from a parent perspective?
Okay, thank you, Gengasri. So, as a parent, I truly see how our family's income and background affect our children's education here in Malaysia. Families with higher income can afford tuition, classes, better schools, transportation, and even healthy meals. But for families like mine, we often have to make tougher choice. Sometimes we skip tuition or extra books because money is tight. My own education level also plays a role here. If I don't understand what my child is learning, it's harder for me to help with the homework or guide them in their studies. Some parents can explain things easily. Like me, we do our best with what we know. At home, I give emotional support. I encourage my children, tell them to study hard, and remind them to dream big. But deep inside, I am worried. What if I cannot afford university fees? Or what if I cannot give them everything they need to achieve? Some families also have better networks. They know good people in good jobs or any good university. That kind of social support helps their children. But working parents like us don't always have that kind of advantage. Our children have to even try harder to get into a better university or good jobs. Still, we don't give up. We want our children to have a better future through education. But to do that, we need understanding and support from school and society. That's why support from teachers and especially the wider community is so important. Darshini, As a community leader, how do you see this issue?
Thank you, Ashwini. As a community leader, I've come to realize that education is a collective responsibility and it doesn't fall solely on the shoulders of schools or parents. Every member of the society has a role to play in shaping the educational journey of our children. In our community, we often witness students from low income families struggling not due to a lack of intelligence or motivation, but simply because they lack access to basic support systems. These students often come to school hungry, don't have proper school supplies, and that's why we've taken active steps by organizing free tuition classes on weekends, conducting school supply and uniform donation drives, and operating food banks that provide essential groceries to families in need. These efforts may seem very small, but for so many, they mean the difference between staying in school and dropping out. We also collaborate with organizations such as Teach for Malaysia or the My Kasih Foundation. They've been instrumental in bringing some of these gaps by offering mentorship programs that guide students academically and emotionally, providing access to digital tools for learning, and even sponsoring daily meal programs for the underprivileged children. That said, our efforts alone aren't enough. I truly believe we can make a much bigger difference if there's a stronger, more consistent collaboration between community leaders, schools, and the parents. Ain, from your perspective as a school administrator, how are these challenges managed at the institutional level, and how can we better align our efforts to support the students together?
Thank you, Darshini. As a school leader, I constantly face the challenge of managing unequal resources. Schools in more privileged areas often have better facilities, more experienced teachers, and greater parental involvement. In contrast, schools serving low-income communities struggle with overcrowded classrooms, lack of funding, and outdated equipment. We try to bridge the gap through remedial program, peer mentoring, and external partnership with NGO and local business. But this effort can only go so far without consistent funding or strong policy support from the government. I also see how parental education levels significantly impact student engagement and learning outcome. In community where parents are educated and understand the value of learning, children will receive more support at home. But in lower income communities where survival takes precedence, education often becomes a secondary concern. And of course, digital access has become a new and urgent barrier. The pandemic exposed the digital divide. Many students couldn't attend online classes because they lacked device or a stable internet connection. Unfortunately, even now that gap hasn't fully closed. Without equal access to technology, students are already starting behind. We also notice the emotional impact of socio-economic stress. Students from struggling families often carry burden beyond their years, worrying about meal, family finance, or even helping parents with work. And then what we need are more long-term structural solutions. This included increased and more equitable funding for under-resourced schools, continuous teachers training focused on equity and inclusion, and nationwide access to technology and mental health support. We also need stronger collaboration between communities, and policymakers to ensure no child is left behind simply because of the family or area they were born into. Education should be the greater equalizer, but for that to happen, we must work together to level the playing field. To wrap up our discussion, it's clear that socioeconomic status has a powerful influence on student educational outcome in Malaysia. From what from what we have discussed, income barriers, parental education level, and social class dynamic all intersect to shape a student's chance for academic success. But we also saw that through collaboration between teachers, parents, communities, and school leaders, we can help bridge this gap and give every child a fair shot at quality education. Small steps like improving communication between school and families, offering more inclusive programs, and ensuring access to digital tools can lead to meaningful change when done consistently. Let's continue to advocate for equity in education and support all stakeholders in making it a reality. Thank you for watching our discussion, and let's keep this important conversation going in our schools and communities. That's all.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay,
So
yes.
That's all.